Hey everyone. Okay, well, welcome to this week's live. I'm trying really hard to get back on track with these. So, new week, kind of a crazy month. I don't know if you're anything like me, but in the last 7 days, life has changed a lot. Vacations have been canceled. I've been working from home. Actually, on top of all the normal crazy things, my mom was in the hospital. She's out. She's okay. No, she didn't have the thing. She fell, unfortunately, but she's doing better now. But it added to an already really stressful week, right? And so last week, when I should have been, or maybe at least in hindsight, have known that I needed to prep to start working from home because of all the changes, I didn't really have the time. I was kind of doing everything I could in my office and then spending a lot of time at the hospital. And here I am now working from home. So I luckily in the past have worked from home a lot. I used to actually work in someone else's home as an assistant, so I feel like I kind of have some good tips, tricks, and strategies in how to work from home. So if you have never worked from home before, I thought I would just give you a couple of my tips, kind of things I do. My first one is all about your phone. Setting alarms, setting timers to go off for when you start and stop working. If you're like me, I have a job that would fill every single hour of my day if I let it. I spend a lot of time communicating with families. I spend a lot of time on email, going back and forth about things. And now, even more so, right? Like when you're working from home, that distance communication of conference calls, text messages, emails, that just explodes, I feel like. So I really try hard to honor my family and honor my work by setting limits on both. So I set alarms for when I'm stopping and starting my day. I'll set alarms to obviously when I have calls and different things like that. So using your phone to your advantage. Speaking of a lot of conference calls and video stuff, another tip is I always have, and right now I just have this set because truthfully, I haven't been working from home a ton lately. So, but I will be, and I actually just ordered a headset with a microphone because I do will be on Zoom a lot, and you will probably be too. And I also like just got off a conference call, but this way I can hear what's going on. I can talk and make sure they know me clearly, hear what I'm saying clearly, but I don't have to worry about like when my cat jumps up, them hearing her meowing, or when my husband also doesn't have to listen to me being on these calls for things that he just really doesn't care about. Truthfully, I mean, it's not his job. So headphones are huge. I can link the ones I bought off of Amazon. They were like $10 coming Friday. Totally good. The next thing is brain dumping. And brain dumping is something that I do, especially if you are feeling overwhelmed, like I personally am feeling right now with all this change. And I work in, most of you know, I work in the Catholic parish. I oversee religious ed. So I'm taking everything I would have done live in person and trying to make it digital and figuring out ways to still connect through Zoom, through texting, through, lives, through different things with my family. So it's a big learning curve for me. I think I'm pretty tech savvy, but I also recognize you don't know what you don't know, right? So I brain dump. I make a list of everything I can possibly think of that needs to be done, every idea I can possibly think of about how to do my job and do the things I need to do. And then I get really overwhelmed when I look at it, and then I start breaking it and chunking it out into days, into weeks, into what has to happen first to allow what to happen second, those types of things. So that is huge for me. I brain dump once a week at the beginning of the week, and that helps kind of set the course for my week and sometimes even the week after. That brings me to my other point, which is plotting out your day. So that's key for me also, is figuring out what projects I'm going to tackle at what time. Sometimes you'll actually see me when I time block, put time slots. So I'll say like from 9 to 11:30, I'm working on this, this, and this. From 11:30 to 12:30, this, and this. And then lunch for a half an hour. I make a schedule for myself because if I don't, I could go down the rabbit hole and spend all day on one thing. So that's key to me. With that too is, I mean, I have lists everywhere. This is my current work list. I have my personal list too, so I remember what's going on in my life. And then I found this, and when I try this out, it's this really cool thing where you tear off each day. So I'm starting to plot out next week already. So what major things I have to get done on each day? My 6 most, or sometimes it's just 3 most important things I have to get done that day. That's huge for me. Lists are huge for me. And the last thing, guys, is to celebrate, right? This is new. This is different for some of us. You might have never worked from home before. Set up your area, have a space that's yours to work at. I'm lucky I kind of already had that. But if you don't, throw a table somewhere and make that your office. And that also for your kids, if you have children, they know like what's on that table, don't touch. That's mommy or that's daddy stuff, that kind of thing. But celebrate the small wins. Celebrate when something goes right. We figured out how to do YouTube for my work today, and it was like took a lot of phone calls and stuff, but yes, it's done. And just find those things to celebrate and find ways to celebrate with your coworkers, even when you can't be together. So I hope this was helpful. I'm back on schedule, hopefully now with my weekly post and my weekly things. If you like this kind of content and want to know more, stay tuned. I could do a work from home too, some things I've learned, how it went for me, and comment below if you're working from home, if you've worked from home a lot, your suggestions, your tips, your ideas, and also, how you are doing right now because we are all in this together, right? All right. Have a great day, guys. Bye.